You ready? Here we go. It doesn't fit. I'm serious. It's too small. It's too small. It doesn't fit. I can't get it any further down than that. So, it's too small. Damn it. Good morning, everyone. On today's show, I'm back from break and ready for another week of streams. And what a week it's going to be, with continued gameplay on my new PC, a very special co-op React event tomorrow, and more. But before we get to all that, let's talk about my day off. Let's talk about what's been going on around here recently. Some new developments, some awesome stuff going on, maybe some news. It's going to be a big talking of the town kind of show here on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Alrighty, well everyone, welcome back. Yesterday was my day off after an incredibly long streaming week of 7 straight days of streams. This week will actually be an abridged week of 5 days of streaming. Again, kind of adapting to everything going on in our lives here. My wife's work schedule is all over the place, and therefore my work schedule is all over the place. And, apologies it's not consistent, but I'll let you know moving forward, what's going on with that if it shifts any further, because it very well might. Anyway, welcome to the show. Today is Saturday, the 10th of August, 2024. I'm DSP, and this is the Level 1 Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of topics. And welcome back to those of you who have been fervently awaiting my return. I know that on my days off, a lot of people just have absolutely nothing to do, right? They sit around, they don't know what to do with themselves. They're very upset that I cannot be here every single day of your lives. But, obviously I'm just joking. Good news is, yesterday was not nearly as stressful as a day as I thought it was going to be. If you remember, all week people were like, oh, I bet you're ready for your day off. And I was like, dude, I'm dreading it. I'm dreading my day off this week because I have to do a ton of stuff instead of just being at home relaxing, which is what I want to do on my day off. I have to be out doing all these errands and stuff. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at all. And we'll talk about it. I'm going to do a day off segment today. But guys, the hype is real for 2 different reasons. Number one, this week, my gaming PC showed up, and this thing is a beast. It runs games beautifully at high resolution, at high frame rate, and so far, just even testing games has been a really fun experience. I can't wait to dive further into this PC this week, which I'm going to do, not only playing Street Fighter 6 at a very high level, but also other things, and we're going to talk about that today, because I did get an offer of a game donation, and I was like, yeah. Now I haven't gotten it yet, but if I get it, that'd be pretty sweet, because it's actually something that I had been talking about trying out for a while. And if I actually get it donated, then we could just try it like right away, no risk, no commitment to having to play it or anything. And I would love to see how it runs. We'll talk about that in a second. But there's so many things that I can now do with this thing. Indie games, high-end new games, and I'm very excited. Within a little over a week, we're going to have the first major release, Black Myth Wukong, that I'll be playing on this gaming rig, which I'm very excited for. All right, so what we'll do, we'll recap Thursday streams in just a sec, talk about, how they went very briefly, and I'll give you a little preview of how the schedule is going to be for the rest of the week for those who are interested. The hype is real for tomorrow, man. Let me tell you, tomorrow, I'm doing a very special stream over on my DSP Reacts channel. So let's start the show talking about that. Let's get this out of the way, because this is the big thing that I know a lot of people want to hear about. So, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time, okay? Over on my DSP Reacts channel will be the first ever cooperative React experience I've ever done. It will be myself and the members of the Kino Casino show from Kick who will be teaming up to reacting to A Rich History of Failure the Review Tech documentary that's going to be released by June the King tomorrow morning. Now, June has it scheduled for 10 a.m., but with YouTube and its issues, it very well may not hit at 10 a.m. We're hoping that by 6 p.m., when we're going to be ready to do the co-op react, all the issues will be hashed out and we'll be able to watch it easily, okay? So, it's going to be great. And it's not going to be here. I need to keep reiterating this. People seem to be confused. It is not going to be here. This is my gaming channel. I'm not going to do a big long form react here. We're going to do it over on my React channel, which is at DSP Reacts on YouTube. Okay, that's how you find it. FYI, if you want to be there for the stream and you want to be able to talk during the stream chat, you need to subscribe to the channel like right now. You have to be subscribed for 24 hours to talk on my channels. And I think a lot of people have the misconception that the show is going to be here. It's not. It's going to be on my React channel. So I really need you guys, if you are going to attend live, to please subscribe to that channel. If you're going to watch it after the fact on demand, no worries. It won't be a problem. It'll be on demand. And by the way, I'm setting it up special. You ready for this? Number one, no advertisements on the stream whatsoever. Completely ad-free. So you won't have to worry about interruptions with political ads popping up in your face and all kinds of crap. We can't have that. I want people to be there from both my audience and the Kino Casino audience enjoying this special event live with no intrusions and no annoyances. So no ads whatsoever will be run on the stream. In addition, the stream will be available for everyone to watch in its entirety immediately after the broadcast ends. I'm going to leave it public. Normally, I don't do that. Normally, I like put it private and members get access and everything. No, I'm going to have it be public for everyone immediately. All right? Now, FYI, the guys at Kino Casino are actually going to do like a pregame on their channel on Kick first to get people all hyped up and then bring the audience over. So that's cool. I mean, it's going to help a lot, I'm sure. I'm hoping that maybe I can get together with those guys just a little early to get the tech issues worked out, because I have like little to no experience doing group streaming, especially with Discord. And those guys use Discord, which is fine. We did it for their show and it worked beautifully. But I got to figure out a way to get the documentary into Discord so we can watch it together. And then I got to find a way to capture that Discord window in OBS at a high quality. I've never done it before. And the thing is, you might say, well, why don't you test it ahead of time? You can't unless you're in a video call. You can't test it. So I need to be in a video call with them to actually test this in my setup. So hopefully they'll be able to join me a little bit on the earlier side. I already asked them if they could join like maybe like 20, 30 minutes earlier. We won't go live yet. We'll just set up all the technical end. I really want this stream to look good, sound good, and be entertaining for you guys. I want to put out a great product. You know, usually my product is pretty good here in my own channels, but I mean, I'm entertaining an audience of a few hundred. In this case, I guarantee you, we're going to have an audience of a few thousand. If me being on their show got 5,000 viewers, can you imagine how many views it's going to be when we are all together watching this documentary? I can't imagine, right? It might be the highest viewed thing I've ever done on YouTube, quite frankly, when it comes to streaming. So, I want to get it, you know, good for you guys. I hope we can work that out. And it's going to be exciting. Basically, here's the deal. The documentary is 90 minutes long. I have put a 4-hour block of my time. If we start at 6, you figure an hour and a half. I know we're going to be pausing it constantly. I know we're going to be adding tons of commentary to it, okay? Hopefully, we'll finish it by 10 p.m. because I can't go much later than that. I just can't. You know, my wife has to work the next day and everything. So I'm figuring 4 hours for a 90-minute documentary. I think we'll get through it. It's going to be fascinating. The thing is, these guys, Kino Casino guys, know way more than me about Rich. I don't follow Rich. I want to explain this. This guy has stalked me at my every move. He has made fun of me, criticized me at every moment for content for the last decade. I literally don't know anything about the guy outside of a few things I hear when you guys talk about him, or every once in a while there's a nasty video about me and yeah, it'll get into my feed and I'll watch it. But I don't know anything about this guy at all. This is like educational for me. So I can't wait to watch it and add my own take on what I think about this guy's history. It's going to be fascinating to say the least, okay? But I think it's going to be entertaining for all, and I hope that you'll join us tomorrow live. If not, like I said, it'll be on demand right after the fact. Certainly, if you enjoy the show, since I am demonetizing it, I would ask if you could support in some other way. It would be amazing if you could. I'm not saying it's mandatory. It totally isn't. But obviously with me, taking ads off, it means that the only potential that I really have to make anything on that show would be, willing contributions like super chats or memberships or gifted memberships or tips. So hopefully that will go well, being that I'm going to be doing the stream demonetized. Okay. But that's it. So we're all excited for this, right? And then depending on how it goes and everything, yeah, those guys have already, asked me, would I do potential future collaborations? Would I be on their show again? Could they have other guests that have always wanted to talk to me, be on their show to have real conversations rather than just attack sessions on me? And the answer is yes, I'm interested in that. Yes, I'm absolutely positively interested in that. Okay? I don't see why I wouldn't be. This is something that I've asked for years, to just be treated like a human rather than a whipping boy or a meme. And it seems like no one was willing to give me a chance at that until Kino Casino. So yes, absolutely, you will likely see us do future stuff. Now, I don't know how often. Again, I said this last time. I don't want to make it so common that it's not special anymore. If I'm doing it once a week, then it's not special, right? We want to time it out so that way it's spaced out and there's fun stuff going on. But it's not you see me over there all the time or you see them over here all the time. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, we cool? All right. First thing I want to talk about, now that we got the Kino Casino thing and the co-op out of the way for tomorrow, FYI, clips on this channel so far have been a big success. What am I talking about? 2 days ago, I made clips of this channel. I made a clip of me talking about Kino Casino versus side-scrollers and how the experience with them was so different than being on the side-scroller show. And I also made a clip of me talking about this Ubisoft news story, how they're essentially bribing content creators with paid trips to Disneyland to try to say good things about Star Wars Outlaws. Both of those videos did incredibly well. The video that was of me talking about Kino Casino versus side-scrollers has gotten over 5,000 views and over 500 likes. Now, reason being, they directly linked it. They found out about it, they linked it, and all their viewers came and watched it and loved it. And that's awesome, right? The Ubisoft story did over 1,000 views. Pretty good. Yesterday, on my day off, I clipped 2 videos. First of all, my full thoughts on appearing on the Kino Casino show, because I gave a lot of different thoughts after having thought about them. And then the moment when I put on the crown that you saw at the beginning of this podcast for the very first time, and the fact that it didn't fit was hilarious. So I clipped those 2 moments. Those have done well as well, each getting over 1,000 views. Now you might say, that's nothing though, 1,000 views. Like, what are you talking about? 1,000 views on YouTube is not good. You're right. I used to fart into a camera and make 10,000 views. That was a long time ago. I'm not popular anymore, okay? So for me, a video with 1,000 views is good. And the fact that, did I put a lot of effort into it? Well, I have to basically load the stream, sit there, go to the timestamps, edit out the clips, title them and everything. It does take time. Is it hard work? No, not really. It's just time-consuming work. And so if I have time to do clips like that in the future, I will. I might not have time to do it every day. Like today, I don't have any for you because I don't really have anything to clip. I clipped everything that was interesting from last week. So, yeah, I think, I will try to do it moving forward. Whenever there's like a funny moment or a special moment or something to highlight, I'll probably do clips like that and put them on the channel and see how they do, okay? No, already I got complaints. I'm not even kidding you. It's the most viewed thing I'm doing on the channel right now. Or, oh, why is he doing this? This is different. Yeah, it's different. It's not something that I used to do. I'm trying different things. It's called change, improvement for the better. Oh, I don't like this. Well, change is scary. I get it. I do. I absolutely get it. Some people, they smell something weird and they're like, oh my God, is it the end of the world? Or they look up at the sky and there's a weird shaped cloud and they think it's a UFO. All right. In this case, the good news is the world's not ending and aliens haven't invaded. I'm just trying to do different kinds of content because people have asked me for this for years, but I need time to do it. So I'll see moving forward if and how often I have time to do it. Today, I don't know if there'll even be a moment on this show that I would want to clip. I'm not sure. We'll see. You guys let me know if there's anything notable to clip, anything interesting that you want to see, or that would make sense as a clip. You know, most people don't clip stuff themselves. They have they have a team of people. They have editors who do it for them and stuff. But, you know, I already have editors who work on thumbnails for me, who work on upscaling and, you know, refining the videos over on DSP Throwback. You know, I can only ask so much of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be greedy and be like, oh, how dare you not do this and that. No, ridiculous. So I'm doing as much as I can, okay? I'm a one-man show with some help, which is greatly appreciated, because if it wasn't for those who helped me, I wouldn't have any of this stuff around me. I wouldn't have these amazing visuals. I wouldn't have this amazing border. I wouldn't have any of this. This is all because of a group community mentality. And I want you to think about that for a second. Even though I'm the talent on camera, this show and all the content that I put out is a group effort. And I want you all to please understand that. This is made possible because of you and me together, working together to make content that you like. Okay? Think about how different that is. People actually like me enough that they like the content, they want to see it improve, and therefore they help me. As opposed to someone who just produces content, throws it out on the internet, hope people watch it, right? It's different. And I really do appreciate that. I get that feeling of community, that feeling of, you know, we're all in this together, and I really appreciate that. I do. It's very different than how I used to feel a long time ago. Today, things are totally different, but look how good things are. Today, I'm about to play Street Fighter 6 on my high-end gaming PC, kick some butt, get characters to master level. We're going to have a great time. Tomorrow, I'm about to do, arguably, the most popular stream I've ever done. Okay? This is going to be an amazing time. We are going through amazing times right now. We really are, okay? And I'm excited for them. So, thank you all for this. Clips will continue on this channel as I see appropriate or fit. If I have time to do more, I'll do them. If I don't have the time, I won't do them. But I hopefully will find cool stuff that happens that I would want to clip. And by the way, just for the record, I have given the Kino Casino guys full permission to clip from tomorrow's React show. I mean, they're part of the show as much as I am. There's no reason why they shouldn't be able to use the content for their own clips channel, and I gave them full blessing. Go ahead and do it. You know, that's fine. You guys are giving me a ginormous boost and a big solid by being on the show with me. So why on earth wouldn't I allow you to take clips? Go for it. Okay? Okay. Good stuff. All right. I think I've covered all that odds and ends topics. Okay? Let's quickly talk about what happened on Thursday streams, which was my final streaming day of the week. Daytime stream on Thursday was Nintendo World Championships NES Edition, which was fun. We took on way more challenge runs in the game, and they were very, very fun to do, even though a lot of them can be frustrating. And I'll say this, I really just don't have a good controller for the Switch when it comes to this kind of classic gameplay. The Switch Pro controller has a faulty D-pad. My Hori pad doesn't have a good D-pad. And the Joy-Cons, which I tried on Thursday, are terrible. They're just 4 buttons instead of a D-pad. They're all garbage, okay? So yeah, it's actually more challenging for me playing this than someone who has, say, the classic NES controllers. And I looked into it, and they're expensive. You can get a 2-pack for $60 plus tax. I don't want 2 of them. I don't need 2. You can get a SNES controller for $30, except the shipping is $20. Unless I want to wait like 3 weeks to get it, in which case, what's the point? I might be done with the game in 3 weeks. So, looks like I'm just kind of stuck playing it with inferior controllers. Now, someone contacted me during my day off and said they wanted to donate a controller. We went back and forth a little bit because I guess there's some really good 8-bit do or 8-bit do, I don't know how to pronounce it, controllers on like Amazon that you could get. So we went back and forth about a controller, and I don't know if they're actually going to go through with the donation or not. Basically, they found one, and they were like, oh, this one not only works with Switch from 8-bit do, but it would also work with like PC if you ever wanted to do classic stuff on the PC later. And I was like, oh, that would probably be neat. You know, like maybe I would like that. But then I didn't hear from them after that. So I don't know if they're actually going to get it or if they were just pulling my leg. They might have just been pulling my leg. Who knows, right? So I'll continue to play it, probably with this nerfed controller. It is what it is. But, you know, that might be later this week. We'll see. And then on Thursday night, it was Street Fighter 6, ranked with M. Bison, trying to get him to master. Happy to report, I have my first master character now on PC. He hit master rank. Of course, then what happened was, immediately, the floodgates opened of the flowcharting laggy scrubs. And I fought nonstop flowcharting laggy scrubs, and it was very annoying for like the last 45 minutes of the stream. I was pissed off because it's not fun to play those people. Once you get past them and you get to better players, it gets much better. I know because I've been there with Bison. It sucks that I had to start over from scratch again. But yeah, for now, it's going to be rough trying to get through these pools of idiots. And it's just very frustrating. And, I'm going to keep, freaking out when I have to play these people who don't deserve any wins. So there you have it. That was my Thursday. Yesterday was my day off, so it's time for a little segment that we like to call Phil's Day Off here on the show, where I talk about what I did on my day off. And first of all, we are in the midst of a giant heat wave again here in Washington. Over a week of days that are between 85 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is very hot for this area of the country. However, the good news is the heat wave ends tomorrow. It breaks tomorrow, and it goes down to the 70s for over a week, and then we're like, ooh, nice and cool. But we're basically in a situation where it was so hot, I had to go out and do a whole bunch of errands. I had to go to the dump, okay? I had to go grocery shopping. I had to get gas for the car. I had to do a few different various things, different places. And it was so hot. I'm out there, and even with the air conditioner blasting in the car, like the moment I step out of the car, you get that boom. It feels like it hits you. It's so hot. You just start to sweat. That's what it was like. I'm out there taking, big bags of trash and tossing them into this freaking pit at the garbage dump. Luckily for me, I was nervous because the other day, I got up and I tweaked my back. And for those who don't know, because maybe you're newcomers to the show from this last week or two, I had a really bad back injury over a decade ago. I had a severely herniated disc in my lower back. I want to say it was between the L4 and L5 vertebrae, but it's been so long I forget. Essentially, one of the worst vertebrae to screw up. Why? Or discs to screw up. Why? It controls your bowels. So if this thing ruptures, or I might start soiling myself. I don't like to talk about it because it's pretty sad. And this was when I was in my late 20s when I was diagnosed with it. Okay? So it was so bad that when I went to the doctor and they did the MRI, he said, if we didn't diagnose this now, this thing was going to burst. Like, you're lucky that we diagnosed it now because it was going to pop. And once it pops, now you're screwed for life. Okay? So, through, some drugs, through some rehabilitation and stuff like that, I got through many, many tough years, my early YouTube years. Eventually, 10 years ago, I moved out here to Washington State, and I changed my lifestyle. Now, everything that I need is close by. I don't need to drive long distances. I have a garage, so I don't have to walk long distances with heavy things in my arms or anything like that. Basically, I changed my life so that I don't have to stress my back out anymore, okay? And ever since I did that, things have been much better. In fact, I would argue in the last 5+ years, I've barely had back pain. Every once in a while, I'll tweak it. And I'll be like, oh, now I got like shooting numbness and pain in my shoulder or in my hand or sometimes down there in my legs where the original injury was. But it's not that bad. Like, I'm a normal guy. And plus I lost a lot of weight. Let's make this clear. I used to be over 240 pounds. All right. Now I am 200 pounds. Losing 40 pounds changes your life too. I'm not walking around with all this luggage weight pulling me down, hurting my knees and everything. And because of that, much better now. Okay? So the good news is I don't have many problems with my back anymore. But 2 days ago, I was like moving a certain way and I tweaked it. I was like, oh no. Right before I have to go to the dump to do this, because I have to, freaking trash is piling up. I got to get rid of it. And lucky for me, after many years of learning how to properly lift and move, I didn't hurt my back at all. I was shocked. I thought for sure I was going to hurt myself. I didn't hurt myself. I was like, wow, I actually am not that stupid. I learned how to do this properly. You lift with your knees. Don't throw like this. Rotate like this to build momentum to throw things. And it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. I had no issues at all. So I did all my stuff. My errands took about the first half of the day. And I got home and my wife and I did some relaxing stuff together. We watched some reality shows like some Food Network stuff. And what else did we do? We started watching the show Guy's Grocery Games. Guy Fieri, who's hilarious because I think he's a good host. I don't think he's a good cook, but I think he's a good host. So his shows are entertaining, but it's funny because they act like he's some culinary guy. Like, I don't think he is. I think he's just a game show host. You know what I mean? But it was good. It's a fun show. We watched some of that. We watched some House Hunters. We just watched some random stuff, random reality shows. We relaxed. For dinner, we ordered Hawaiian barbecue, but get this, I tried something new that I've wanted to try from Hawaiian barbecue for a while, and I never did. Yesterday, for the first time ever, I tried Loco Moco. And let me tell you something. Loco Moco is absolutely amazingly good. This was so effing good. And I know it's not high quality food, right? What is it? It's two like sirloin steak patties, or it's supposed to be ground beef, but I think they use higher grade meat. It tasted kind of like yeah, it kind of tasted like Salisbury steak. That's kind of what it tasted like. Two patties of Salisbury steak with two sunny side up eggs on top, slathered in a gravy over rice. That's Loco Moco, okay? So it doesn't sound like much at first, but let me tell you something. It was amazing. It was so effing good. I broke the egg. You start eating the chunks. All the flavors go together, and then all that stuff absorbs into the rice underneath. It's just amazing flavor. I was like, wow, I'm blown away at how good this tastes. And, it's cheap. Loco Moco's not expensive. It's actually cheap compared to other things that you would get. And I was like, dude, now I get it. Because remember, a lot of the things in Hawaiian cuisine are based on, like, the times around World War II when times were tough. That's why it's Spam. Yes, ham in a can is a critical ingredient in a lot of their cuisine. So, hamburger patties with eggs on rice with gravy. Doesn't sound too complex, but dude, it tasted amazing. I loved it. Also, I tried a new kind of musubi. If you don't know what musubi is, it's a big lump of rice wrapped in seaweed with a protein. Now, I'd tried their Spam musubi before. I didn't like it. Why? Spam's too salty for me. I just don't like Spam. I think it's too salty, and it kills it. There's no flavor of meat. It's just sodium. Okay? I tried one with Portuguese sausage. I never had a Portuguese sausage before. It was amazing. Portuguese sausage is sweet, but it also has this spice to it. It tasted great. I was like, dude, that is way better than the Spam musubi. So I am now a big fan of Loco Moco and different kinds of musubi. When we order again from this place, I will definitely get Loco Moco again, and I'm going to try different flavors. They have other ones too. They have like barbecue chicken musubi. They have like 5 different kinds that I want to try. Just stay away from the Spam, and I think it's going to be really good. Okay. So, okay, I'm just going to say this. People who are trying to demand that I talk about things on my podcast, you can stop right now. I choose what I feel is appropriate. If I don't think I have anything to say or add to something, I won't. I don't have to cover every single topic that doesn't apply to me. People are like, why are you talking about this? Because it has nothing to do with me. Literally. It's nothing to do with me. I have nothing to say. So I'm not going to derail my stream. Stop talking about that. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's continue. So that was my day off, pretty much. Nothing too special. At the end of the night, we had a drink. And it was funny because we had bought this Pina Colada mix a couple of weeks ago. Remember, I had my marathon. That was supposed to be my big digital summer party. And then I got sick. So the marathon got cut short, and it wasn't as good as it was supposed to be. I had Pina Colada mix to drink during that event. And my wife and I were saying, well, let's actually finally try it. We each took a sip, and we're like, ugh. It didn't taste like Pina Colada at all. When you think Pina Colada, you think coconut, you think pineapple, and maybe other fruity undertones, right? This thing just purely tasted like coconut and sugar. That's it. And we're like, oh, not very good. Okay? So I told my wife, when we have drinks, I'll drink this because I bought it. I'm going to drink it. I'm not going to waste it, But I was like, oh, that's just not very good. Unfortunate. So I ended up drinking that last night. Got a little buzz, which was nice, but it would have been nice if it tasted good. Like, ugh. Anyway, so that was a day off. Nothing too special yesterday, quite frankly. It was more of a, it was a more relaxing day off than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be me for more than half the day out running around in heat, hurting my back and everything. And that actually didn't happen. I'm happy for that I actually got a more relaxing day home to spend with my wife. That's always appreciated, okay? Okay. All right, so that was my day off. How's this week gonna go? Let's cover the schedule, shall we? And then we'll see what we want to talk about. I think I have a couple quick news stories to cover today. And then we'll do shout outs. Thank you to those who are contributing to the stream already. I got a couple of tips and super chat so far, and I will give you guys shout outs. Remember, the way I do shout outs at the end of the show. and that's coming up. So thank you guys. All right, so today I return to Street Fighter 6. Today we're going to start with Dalsim. I want to get Dalsim to master. I know we're going to get Dalsim to master in 3 hours. It's not going to take that long, okay? But when I get Dalsim to master, then the question is, do you want me to continue to play with Dalsim today? Or do we want to put him on pause and then swap over to either Blanca or Honda and start their arduous climbs to master? Because Honda's stuck in 3-star diamond. Ugh, that's going to suck. It's going to take a while to grind him up. Blanca's in 4-star diamond, which isn't as bad, but it's still kind of annoyingly bad. So it's really up to you guys. Let's get Dalsim to master first, all right? And then we'll determine what we want to do next, all right? Now, I have an update for everyone. Someone has donated $25 specifically for me to buy fighter coins in Street Fighter 6 today. They want me to get all the soundtracks. Because remember, I had all the soundtracks on the PS5 version of the like Street Fighter 2, Ultra Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter Alpha 2, and Street Fighter 4. I had all those soundtracks there, and the music was amazing, right? Like, we had all this good variety of classic music. But since I went to PC last week, we lost everything. We lost all my outfits. We lost all the soundtracks. We lost the backgrounds. We don't have the stage backgrounds. We lost it all, which is bullshit. They should have it linked to one common account. So you don't have to rebuy the content 10 fucking times. Capcom really screwed it up there, I think. But someone was upset. They're like, I want you to have the music, the good music from the classic Street Fighters. I'm watching your streams. I'm actually upset because I hate the modern music. So do I. The worst part about Street Fighter 6 is the soundtrack. I don't know what brain fart the game makers had when they were making Street Fighter 6, but to think that that's the soundtrack that people want, they're out of their minds. People rejoiced when they announced that you could change the soundtrack. So today, as we boot it up, first thing we're going to do, we're going to buy a bunch of soundtracks, and then we're going to apply them all to the characters. It may take 20 plus minutes to do this, guys, okay? Just to forewarn you, this is not an easy thing. You got to buy them all, then you got to manually apply the songs to each character, and then we got to actually change the challenge music too. Remember, I had it like randomized, so it would randomly play different challenge music. So we have to do that. It's going to take some extra time, but it's going to be worth it to get the good music back, seriously, because the other music is so much better than the Street Fighter 6 soundtrack, which sucks ass, all right? So thank you to the person who donated to do that. Hopefully between the 11,000 fight tickets that I have, I think they're drive tickets, and then buying $25 in fighter coins, it'll be enough to get all the soundtracks and everything. If we have anything extra, the way I see it, we could either buy the 2 stages. If you remember, there's the M. Bison / Ed stage and the Akuma stage. But also, I don't have any skins. I only have skins for Season 2 characters. That's it. So we could potentially go buy the skin and color packs for my characters. And I don't care about other characters, but like Honda, Blanca, Dalsim, maybe later Lillian Geef, but those would be the first 3 I would get. Maybe I could get some outfits and colors for them too. Okay? So we'll see. All right? So, cool. I'm excited. Hope that you guys are too. Street Fighter 6 today on the main stream. Tonight, Stardew Valley Chill at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. And here's the cool part. We're starting the 4th and final season, Winter. Now, I don't know what changes happened in Winter, but we actually just unlocked the ability to ride the bus to the desert. People are saying, actually, this is a good season in the game to go to the desert because there's not a lot going on. You can't farm during the winter. Excuse me. So, this will be neat tonight. I don't know anything about it. You guys have been a great interactive audience for the 30 plus hours I've played Stardew Valley. You've helped me to understand it. I'm excited for that stream tonight, and I hope you'll join me for it, okay? Tomorrow, Sunday, we have a daytime stream, but it's a shorter stream than usual because we're doing the special react at night to the Review Tech documentary. So I'll still be here same time for a podcast in the morning. And then we're going to do an abridged stream. That'll be probably around 2 hours of gameplay rather than the usual 3. My goal is to end between 3 o'clock, 3:30-ish Pacific time rather than 4:30 like I usually do. And what's it going to be? Well, again, here's another what if. Someone contacted me yesterday during my day off and said, hey, would you like if I donated to you the System Shock remake for PC? It came out last year. Everyone says it's great. This is a game you said you were going to play on console, but you didn't get to it yet in the summer. And I said, yeah, actually, that's a good idea. I was going to play it already. This is the spiritual, not spiritual, this is the true, the game that came before and inspired BioShock. Like, BioShock was inspired by System Shock. So, I'm excited to try it out. And they said, and I said, yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea. I would definitely accept it. But no one, like, they didn't send it to me yet. So I don't know if, again, could this have been another person just messing with me? It could be. I don't know. I guess we'll see. There we go. I guess we'll see if that happens or not. If that doesn't happen, or if I don't get it, then probably what we'll do instead, we'll do exploring of the Xbox app on my gaming PC, see what's on Game Pass Ultimate. Actually, they just added a few new things. For example, they just updated Doom and Doom 2 to be fully modernized multiplayer games. You can play like 16-player multiplayer and stuff like that. And apparently they updated them to look and run beautiful on modern systems. So maybe I'll get those and mess with those a little bit, right? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's on Game Pass Ultimate. For a couple of hours, we'll explore. We'll probably download some games, test them out, and do stuff like that. Okay? So tomorrow's day stream is more chill. As we do that stuff, we're going to end around 3 p.m. That'll give me enough time to upload and to, eat, and then come back. I'm going to try to get together with the Kino Casino guys a little early so we can get the tech stuff worked out. And then at 6 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to go live on the DSP Reacts channel with our co-op react to the Review Tech USA documentary by June the King. And it should probably last, I'm guessing, around 4 hours and around 10 p.m. Pacific time. Okay? Monday. What are we doing on Monday? Well, normally Sunday would be my normal React day. But since the special React is happening to the Review Tech, that means Monday will be what I would have normally done on Sunday. So we'll have a podcast here in the morning on Monday. Then we're going to head over to DSP Reacts for DSP versus the Internet, my weekly Clips React show. Curious, the fact that I'm going to do the Review Tech, React the day before, will that bring new viewership to the other React content that I do? Because quite frankly, I think the clip show I do is fun. I think it's fun to react to variety content. But I don't get a big audience for it. Maybe this will actually bring newcomers to check that out and see if they like it or not. If they don't like it, they don't like it. But at least it gets more people to check it out, right? So that'll be exciting. And then on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time over on my DSP Throwback channel, we're going to do Retro React to me exploring PlayStation Home way back when it first hit PlayStation 3 15 plus years ago. PlayStation Home was this social experiment where you would have an avatar, kind of similar to you ever saw The Sims. So it's an avatar you make in the game that kind of looks like The Sims, but it's kind of like that game Second Life where it's a virtual world where this avatar is supposed to be representative of yourself, and you could have social interactions with people. And they had all kinds of different things you could do. You could dress up your avatar. You could build a virtual home in PlayStation Home where you could invite your friends over to hang out, which I feel like is almost kind of like the predecessor to things like GTA Online, okay? But there was all kinds of promotional stuff. There was trailers running to advertise games. There was mini games and activities you could do. And it was always fun to just see these random people do it. So I'm excited to see what it was like so long ago. It's going to be a very fun, chill React event on Monday night over on my Throwback channel, okay? Then on Tuesday, we'll get back to gameplay. And, what will it be on the day stream on Tuesday? I mean, it really depends on what else has happened. Did we start playing System Shock Remake? Was it good? Did we find good things to do off of the Xbox app, right? There's all these questions. There's potential, definitely potential, that I could do some interesting stuff. But I want to kind of leave it open. I think the placeholder that I kind of have on my schedule now is that I would do some Nintendo World Championships and some Street Fighter, but we don't have to do that, okay? We could do that, but I'm going to be here Tuesday and Wednesday for gameplay, all right? So, yes, we're going to have a day and a half of crazy reacting, but then we get back to gameplay Tuesday, Wednesday, and it should be a good time. Thursday of this coming week is my day off, all right? So, FYI, 5 straight days of content starting today on the channels. Fair enough? Sound good? All right, well, I think what we'll do now, let's get to some shout-outs. Thanks to everyone chilling with me here this morning. I hope you're enjoying the show. Let's get to the shout-outs for the few contributions I got, and then we'll see, what you guys want to talk about. If we don't have too much to talk about today, we can easily jump, a little bit earlier into the gameplay, depending. So let's see. Let's start off here with Conan Edo Gunner. I'm just going to call you Conan. Our first super chatter of the day Okay, and let me get you on the leaderboard, then we'll see what you have to say. Okay, Conan said, Conan says, just saw you on Kino Casino. You guys were great. You guys have great chemistry. Hope you'll go back sometime. Hope you're having a good Saturday. I likely am going. I don't see why I wouldn't go back. It was a great time. They already have plans on topics and things they'd like to see me do or talk to other guests who show up at the same time as me. So I'm down for it. We'll see. Again, don't want to do it too frequently. If you do it too frequently, it's not special. We already have a special co-op event tomorrow. So after that, I'll probably talk with the guys and figure out when the next time to appear would make sense. Okay? So thank you, Conan, for first super chat of the day. First tip of the day. Let's see here. It's an idiot, so I'm just going to ignore him. Seriously. I received a $5 tip. So this is from Sarah saying, I noticed people are trying to message me and start drama because of what happened during the PC setup stream. You were stressed. I've been a fan of yours for a long time. I love your content. I'm not going to let one moment where we disagreed ruin everything. Yeah, Sarah, here's the deal. And I mean this too, okay? For my trolls, detractors, and obsessed losers, all right? Every given moment when something happens on a stream where maybe I lose my cool, where I act like a jerk or whatever, to them, that's the greatest moment ever because they highlight it, they accentuate it, they overhype it, they explode it up to a point where it's extrapolated upon, you know, exponentially grown upon. They act like it's a big deal. It's not. I'm a human, right? And I make mistakes. If I get hyped up about something and then I get stressed out, I act like every other person on the planet. I'm going to make mistakes. I apologize. If you remember, not only did I apologize that night, I then the next day on the podcast also fully apologized in a big segment. But you notice they won't talk about that. In fact, they continued to hound me for 2 days saying, apologize to Sarah, apologize to Sarah. I'm like, I already did. Are you stupid or deaf? I already did. You're just doing this because you want to milk drama content out of it. I don't care. So all I have to say is ignore the morons. They have no bearing on our existence, right? What happened between us happened between us. It wasn't even a big deal. It lasted all of 10 seconds, right? And then I apologized for it, and we moved on a long time ago. There's no reason to be bringing this up, okay? So no worries. And thank you for the tip. Thank you for the understanding. And I hope everyone else understands as well. And we'll go from there. Okay? Cool. All right. So that's what we got so far. If any other contributions come in during the show today, I'll shout them out and give you, we'll talk about whatever you're talking about. Obviously, you guys know I have some goals. Goal number 1 is to hit 50 bucks in tips every stream I do. It would be great if we could hit that. If we don't, it's not the end of the world. But man, obviously, if we hit that, sooner rather than later, it means it takes the pressure off of me. I can be more relaxed today as I play Street Fighter. Please consider contributing if you like the content. Tipping would be a great way to help. 50 bucks in tips is what I'm aiming for. Now, anything else that comes in today? Super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships. They all help the channel tremendously. And you guys, the last week or so, have been amazing. Thank you so much to everyone who's come over from Kino Casino and supported this channel this week. Thank you to my regulars who've come by and supported the channel this week. Everything's been great. I got 0 complaints. I'm having a good time. I hope that you guys are too. Take a look at the new emo. Me with a crown on my head. It's too bad that's not the real crown that I have here that doesn't fit. It doesn't even fit the back of my head at all. Look. My head is sticking out here. Look. I guess it kind of rests on my head. It's just very uncomfortable because it's loose. Look, it's loose. Look at that. It's like a bobblehead. Oh, the king in his wobbly crown. Whoa! Wow. But, I forgot to tell you guys. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this story? I forgot about this. I got scammed. I got scammed on Amazon. So, after I got this crown the other day, and it didn't fit, okay? There was other things I had to order off of Amazon anyway, like stuff for the house and stuff. So, I was doing a big group order. And as I was doing this big group order, I was looking for other crowns on Amazon. I kid you not, almost every crown on Amazon looks exactly like this one. I almost get the feeling they're all the same crown. Now, the weird part is they're all different prices and everything, but they all look the same. I guarantee you they're all selling exactly the same China-made crown, one size fits all, and they're claiming they're different sizes. They're not. This is one size fits all. I outright said it on the sticker that I took off. So they're all lying and selling stuff, right? So I said, I'm going to buy one for myself. I'm doing a big group order on Amazon of all my stuff that I need for the house anyway. So I found one, and it looked different, okay? It didn't look like this one. Instead, it was like a crown where all the spikes were golden and tall. See how this one has one spike, but it holds like red velvet in the middle? So this one doesn't have the red velvet. It's just meant to have your hair stick out, but it has all these nice spikes and everything, right? So I was like, this looks good, you know? The picture looks good, and I'm not looking for anything super high quality. I'll order this one now. Claims it's large, by the way. So I'm like, oh, if it's large, it'll fit my head. It showed up yesterday with all my other stuff. And I'm like all excited. I'm like, oh, I'll have a new crown. Maybe this one will actually fit or whatever. So I'll actually have a hat that I can wear on stream rather than this thing that really doesn't fit my head and isn't really going to sit on there, right? And so I'm opening up the box and I'm looking around. Where's the crown? All right, get this. At the bottom of the box, let me put it back. At the bottom of the box, flat, in a plastic sleeve, is the crown. It is a party crown for like a birthday party. It's basically the equivalent of a Burger King crown. What the fuck? It looked nothing like that in the picture that they showed on Amazon. Nothing at all like that. It was complete bait and switch. 100% lying misadvertisement on there. It was a piece of crap. It looks so I don't know. Like I'm trying. I would like to get a good crown. I just don't trust the ones. Like, here's the thing: when you buy stuff on Amazon, if you're buying a name brand product, you know what you're getting. And if you don't get it, if you get a knockoff, you can return it. You can report that seller for false advertising. That's happened to me before too. But for the most part, you buy something off Amazon, you're going to get the name brand you order. But when you're buying clothing, when you're buying accessories and things like this, you literally have no clue what you're getting. It doesn't matter how they describe it. It doesn't matter how many reviews it has. And it doesn't matter what picture they show you. You're not getting what you're seeing. I have a vest in this closet. When I ordered it off Amazon, it looked like the vest of Marty McFly from Back to the Future. It was supposed to be the color of his vest from the movie. It shows up and it's dark maroon. You remember Marty's really dark maroon vest? It didn't look like that on Amazon. But that's what I mean. Like, they false advertise shit all the time. And it pissed me off because obviously it was only a few bucks, by the way. It's not like Phil broke the bank on a crown he got ripped off. But you buyer beware when you're buying from Amazon. You can't really get stuff like this because, again, this is supposed to be large size. It's one size fits all. That's why it doesn't fit my head. Looks nice, but I can't really wear it. You try to get another one, piece of garbage. Like I said, it's like a Burger King crown. Like, what the fuck is this? So, anyway. It's neither here nor there. It's just annoying. I wish I had a good crown to wear. I don't think I'm ever going to get one at this point. I don't know where to even buy one because can't find anything reputable to order from, right? Okay, where's the crown? I threw that shit out. Do you think I was going to even bother returning it? It was a piece of fucking cardboard. I was like, fuck this. I threw it right out. Sunk cost, right? What are you going to do? Only a few bucks. This is a nice decoration. I will say that. Even though this doesn't fit, it's nice to have a nice decoration in the background. I do like it. And by the way, one thing that I want to do for next month, I found this lamp. This is the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance Collector's Edition Tesla lamp. And I found this in my closet when I was looking for a stereo cable earlier in the week. And I don't know if it still works because I don't know where the power adapter is. So I have to look for a power adapter in my closet. And if I could find one, then I could test this out. In fact, hold on one second. Oh, shit works. Oh, my God. No. Holy shit, guys. Oh, I don't know if it's going to reach. Hold on. I don't know if this is going to reach the camera. Look at this. Oh, fuck. Where do you see this? Look. Look at this shit. It works. Holy fucking shit. It's got 2 modes. I don't know what this mode is. Maybe this is just the light. And then it's got full Tesla. Holy shit. That's sick. Oh, that is so sick. Wow. Well, damn, that's awesome. That is so awesome. All right, so preview for next month. I literally never used it. I bought this over a decade ago. I think it was 2012. I never used it. We're going to have this in the background next month. Holy cool, dude. That is so awesome. I can't believe it still works. You know what power adapter I use? The same one I use for external hard drives. So the ones that I've been using to power my hard drives to get videos for DSP Throwback, it works fine with this. So I'm just going to use that. Dude, it's so cool, right? Oh, man, I can't wait to get this in my background next month. Holy shit. All right, let me put this over here. Save it for October. Yeah, I can always use it for multiple months. I mean, I don't want to mid-month change my backdrop, so I don't want to do it now. But how cool is this, dude? That's so cool. All right. Sweet. Dude, I mean, things are coming together here, man. It's like, wow, that's neat. All this neat stuff keeps popping up. I mean, I just found it in a closet. Oh, shit. Here it goes. It works. Holy crap. All right. Cave Vibes, thank you for a $5 super chat. Sunday Hype is real. I'm super excited. Let the keynote flow. Thank you very much to Cave Vibes for that. And then Sarah did a super chat. A whole bunch of crowns. Right now, Sarah is completely dominating both leaderboards. She's the latest super chatter and the top tipper. All right. Nah, I don't want to, again, the setup's good for this month, right? I don't want to throw the Tesla lamp in there. I don't have it set up to, I'm going to, I always balance it, got a big picture here with a bunch of stuff on top, got a picture light up here, I don't want to cram it in. We'll do it another month. Save it for a new setup, right? What's funny is Fed Rogers says the stars are aligning and the tides are turning. Yeah, but you got to understand something. It's fleeting. I know this because this has been my history on YouTube. Seriously, it's been, your high, then a low, then a high, then a low. Everything right now is going well, but the end of this month, the June the King documentary about me is coming out. Can I be honest with you guys? Yeah, I'm dreading it because I know that I've done a lot of fucked up stuff over the years. I know I was an asshole. I know I was a moron. All the dumb shit I've done. And now it's all going to come to light again. It's all going to be highlighted again. You're going to have every content creator watching this 4-hour documentary and completely destroying me. So even though right now things are going good, who's to say that after that documentary comes out that anyone's going to see me in a positive light again? You're going to be, oh, well, back to making fun of Phil, right? I seriously feel that way. Like, I feel like, and again, I'm not blaming June the King at all. This is nothing like that, This is me and my past and my history and the fact that when I started on YouTube, I was a complete moron, right? And the fact that I know before, that in the Street Fighter community, I acted like a moron. And the fact that for constant, 5+ years, everyone's been up in my personal shit, which I'm not going to talk about. So it's just a bunch of shit that, everyone is going to basically be tearing me a new asshole at the end of the month when this documentary comes out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so now things are good, and I got another few weeks to enjoy it, and then when that doc comes out, I feel like it's going to go right back to how it was. Everyone who's a friend or a fan of mine is going to stay a friend and a fan, and all the newfound people who like me are going to be like, wow, Phil's an asshole. Look at his documentary. He's a piece of shit. That's what I'm feeling. I mean it, too. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not going to happen, but I just have that feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like when you get that feeling like this, everything's good right now. It's been good for like a week and a half. Everything will be good for another few weeks. And then it's all just going to go fucking explode again. Right back to being fucking shitty. And I hope not. I don't want things to be shitty again. But that's just, I feel like that's how the internet works too. Oh, we like you. We like you. We like you. Oops, now it's time to crap on you. Go back down into the toilet. And that's what I feel like is going to happen. I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. So, but anyway, yeah. I mean, I don't like to be a negative Nancy about it and everything, but I do. Like, I'm feeling kind of like bummed because like right now I'm having a good time, but I feel like it's fleeting. I don't feel like it's gonna last. I feel like this newfound positivity around me will be gone within a few weeks when the documentary comes. But that's me being honest. All right, you guys, I'm sure you could have a different take, but that's my take on it. Is that popularity is fleeting, and for me, it's always been like this. So I'm used to it. Like me not having the added popularity I just got in the last week. If it all goes away, I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm still gonna make content. I'm still gonna be me. But it sucks that you feel like you're on that momentum and it could all be just taken away from you. And again, it's not. I'm not saying anything negative about June the King here at all. He's a great documentarian, and I've got to live up to my own mistakes. But the thing is, I have already. But now this documentary will again put light on the same shit again for the millionth time, and it's like, here we go again, right? It's that same cycle, right? So there you go. Anyway, more shout outs. Hellion with a super chat. Thank you to Hellion. And I received a $2 tip. If June does good research, why not watch your entire documentary? Won't his research prove your innocence on some things? Again, I've already explained this. I'll explain it again. So many things have been said about me over the years, correct? So many things. Some of them have been disproven. Some of them have not. All right? The things that they want to hyper focus on, all right, are the things that they know. The only way that I could disprove some of the things people have said about me about finances, my bankruptcy, mobile games, etc., is to basically show you all this personal information that is so hypersensitive, it would expose me to rampant malicious activities. Okay? I can't open my bank account and show it to you, right? That would be suicide. I'm not stupid, correct? Even if I showed it to you anyway, everyone could just say it's fake. So I literally have been backed into a situation where if I prove my innocence, okay, half the people won't care because they'll say I faked it anyway. And the other half will be like, oh, that's great, he faked his innocence. Oops, but now all that information was used to hurt him. Right? So literally, there is no way for me to clear my name at all. And even if I attempted to do so, I would be personally hurting myself. All right? This is me telling you this after speaking with lawyers. You understand me? This is not just me from my, oh, this is my take. This is the take of legal authorities who know the reality of the situation. They've seen everything. They've seen the situation with the harassment I've gotten, what people have said, things posted on Kiwi Farms, all the shit. They've seen it. And the authority has said, you are in a position, you're much better off staying where you are, doing what you're doing, and just not putting yourself at any further personal risk. There's no reason to. You don't have to. There's nothing that would benefit you from doing it. You understand? For you, someone who's in a drama sphere, who listens to everything my detractors say, you might think that the most important thing ever would be to show you my phone and my accounts and everything. It doesn't matter. That shit has nothing to do with my content. It has nothing to do with my business at all. If you like me and my content, continue to come by, enjoy, and support it. And that's all you have to care about. Why do you care about my personal finances? Why do you care about mobile games I play? Why do you care about any of that? It doesn't affect anything. Literally, it doesn't. But this obsessed group of weirdos have acted like it's some kind of an important issue at the forefront of all existence. It's not. Again, legal authorities have told me there's no reason for you to ever bring this shit up. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to help anything or affect anything. This is the dumbest thing ever. The only reason, you're basically the way they spun it, not spun it, but explained it. I'm being goaded and tempted into doing something because I feel like I need to defend myself. In reality, I don't have to defend myself because I didn't do anything wrong, right? It's just baseless accusations based on hearsay, coincidence, circumstantial evidence, things that people half made up and half are truthful, and you slap them together to make this what-if scenario, and since I won't provide evidence of my innocence, everyone just says it's true. But it doesn't matter, because even if it's true, I'm still okay. I still got a following. I still got a business. I still got everything going. Why would I care? They're right. The authorities are right. Everyone who knows the real truth of the situation, which is very few people, like I said, a few lawyers, a judge, those are the people who know the truth of my financial situations, okay? We're all good. We're all good. We've all discussed it till we were blue in the face. We're all good. No one else needs to know about it whatsoever. Now, there's some people out there who may be of a different understanding. For example, June the King, when he makes these documentaries, he's of the opinion that if you're a public-facing figure, then there is a news, there's a story in talking about stuff like this, okay? Personally, my take, I don't think there is. I don't think that if it doesn't affect me and my public face of content that I'm making for you, why is it any of your business? June disagrees. June actually thinks it should be something that should be discussed and put to the forefront. That's his prerogative to do so, okay? So I'm sure there's going to be a chunk of the documentary that will be about my past in Street Fighter, my early days as a YouTuber, my stupid behaviors back then, the beginning of the hate against me, this is how you don't play, my bad reactions to that, the time when I was with my ex and everyone hated that time and said I acted like an asshole and I changed. You know, each era of my existence. Eventually, we're going to get to the modern era, which is like the last 5 years, where all anyone wants to talk about is my financial shit. I'm not going to waste time on it. You know my answers. I've given them to you a million times. What I will do is I'll summarize them in the documentary React. I'll say, here's my takes on all of this. Here's my take on the bankruptcy. Here's my take on the bank leaks. Here's my take on the mobile games. I'll say all my stances. Okay? I will. So you'll know them. If people just only know me for my reacting to my own documentary, you'll have my stances. But I'm not going to sit there for an hour or 2 hours and literally just watch every bullshit lie that these idiots made up, because I know June's going to cover them. He's going to say, here's what's said, here's what's said, here's what's said, right? And the truth is, you can't factually prove any of it because it's not true. What it'll be is he's probably going to present, here's all the circumstantial evidence, you judge for yourself. And that's okay. You know what? Everyone has the right to draw a conclusion for themselves based on their own personal experience with someone. There may be some people who like me more and they'll be like, well, I'll give Phil the benefit of the doubt. There might be people who are like, I don't believe Phil, but I don't care either. It doesn't affect anything. And then there might be people who are like, well, I believe everything that everyone says about Phil and I hate his guts. Everyone has a right to make that judgment, right? But why am I going to waste my own time, hours of my own time, watching and reacting to that when I'm just going to say, I'm literally going to say, well, that's not true. Well, Phil, can you have evidence? I can't show you evidence. It exposes private information. Well, then what's your point of reacting? I don't know. I don't know why I'm watching it. There's no point, right? You know what I'm saying? Like my detractors are so obsessive. They obsessed about me for 10 years to the point where they've gotten me to a corner where they know the only way that I can prove my innocence is to just put myself at further risk and hurt me even further. That's what they want. That's literally what they want. So I'm not going to give them what they want. I'd rather have the world think I'm some moron who spends money on mobile games rather than, you know, put everything else at risk by putting my personal information out there. That's why I'm not going to do it. And that's why if we get to that point in the documentary, it's going to be 4 hours. So I'm going to be splitting it up over the course of probably a week of reacting on night streams or whatever. I'm just going to say, sorry, here's my takes on everything. But I'm literally not going to sit here for an hour straight and say, okay, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. 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 Why am I here? Bullshit. Right? Okay. So yeah, anyway, so that's my take on it. And like I said, success is fleeting. I have a feeling like right now things are good. Things are going good. They'll continue to be good. But you always have that feeling. I mean, I'm always going to have that feeling in the back of my head, that dread that it's fleeting. It ain't going to last. End of this month is probably all going away when this doc hits. And, you know, it's going to take, here's the thing. The documentary is so long. It's going to give content creators who react to this kind of stuff endless content, right? Endless amounts of content. There's going to be new memes coming out of this fucking thing that are negative memes stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Okay. All right, guys. Anything else that you guys would like to discuss today? Any other topics or anything? Or, I don't know if we want to adjourn early to jump into Street Fighter. Ooh, excuse me. Woo! Oh, I think Bill says, what do you think will be covered in your documentary that hasn't been covered in others? June went really deep into my early days. He tried to cover the early Street Fighter stuff no one knows about. He was asking me about things I never thought. Like, for example, way long ago when I was a troll in the Street Fighter community, I didn't like the people who ran Evo. I thought that they were corrupt. I didn't like the way that they organized the community. I didn't want them to be in power. So one year when they said, oh, we're doing Evo, I said, oh, yeah, well, I'm running a tournament at exactly the same time. And I made a fake poster for it. And I put it on. I said, I'm going to get everyone to come to my tournament instead of your tournament. And they got pissed at me. And that's what I wanted. I'm a troll, right? I'm an internet troll. So I want them to be angry and respond to me. They actually literally came out and said, oh, you know, that's very disrespectful. And how dare he do this? And hopefully this is fake and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to cover all that. It's not pertinent to anything today, but he's definitely going to cover that stuff. Okay? Some people might find that highly entertaining, and some people might be like, wow, Phil was a complete asshole, right? I'm somewhere in the middle. Like, I kind of knew what my role was in the Street Fighter community at that time, but at the same time, I look back today and I'm like, considering the amount of trolling I get, I wish I hadn't been such an asshole to people, you know, because I know how painful it can be to be the subject of trolling activities. Excuse me. I know for a fact, like, again, another controversy. Early on in my YouTube years, the first PC that I bought from two guys who said they were fans of mine who had already made my forums for me. And they said they were in some kind of a PC building program where they got credit if I bought a PC from them or something. I don't even know if it was true, but I gave them lots of money to make me a PC. And when it showed up, half the stuff was like messed up. Like the RAM wasn't working and stuff. And the case was damaged and everything. And basically, they spun it one way, I spun it another. To be honest with you, it's so many years later, I actually don't remember the truth of the situation. Like, I remember June specifically asked me, he goes, so what was the cost of the PC? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have receipts. This was like 13 years ago. If I had known that in 2024, someone was going to be doing a documentary on me and was going to ask me the cost of the PC, I would have saved the receipt. But I don't have receipts from 13 years ago. I actually have no clue what it cost. I think at the time I was saying it cost between $2,000 and $3,000, but I can't confirm that right now. So then he you know, basically went and looked into it, and he came back to me. He says, just so I want you to know, I researched the situation, and from the evidence I found, you're wrong. And I was like, then presented as such in the documentary. I don't even know what else to say. Like, I can't defend myself from something 12, 13 years ago that I never knew I was going to have to defend myself against all these years later. I don't know how it's really pertinent, but it's your ability to cover it. It's just a factual thing. Go for it, right? That's what I mean. So there's going to be stuff like that is going to be covered. I don't know, nor do I care. Do you really think I care about this in 2024? I don't at all. It's the last thing on my mind. I have many, many more pertinent things to worry about than a PC I purchased 13 years ago that I don't have receipts for. And I don't remember how much it cost or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's just another thing that happened in my history that people gave me crap for back then that people have forgotten about. But this is what I mean. When this documentary comes out, now people will look at that and be like, oh, Phil was a dishonest prick and he over-exaggerated the cost of his PC. He's like, yeah, 13 years ago, right? Sorry, I'm blowing my nose. So, ugh. Oh, see, I didn't want to see that. Blackjack Yak says he should have told you the evidence of why you were wrong. I don't need to see it. I'm going to see it in the documentary like everybody else. I didn't need to see evidence. I believe him. Listen, June does his research, okay? I believe him. I do. Ugh. Okay, sorry I had to blow my nose there. It's disgusting. Hopefully I won't have to do much of that. I still have residual. I still have a little bit of runny nose and a little bit of a cough. But it's been 2 weeks since this damn cold. And hopefully soon, all of these symptoms will be gone. I really hope, right? Okay. What's up, Game Boy? How are you today? Welcome. Good to see you. Okay. Hobo X, here again, here's the point that I'm making. All right? let's say, for example, June spent an entire hour of this 4-hour documentary about my bankruptcy up to now. And it's all financials, right? Let's say, hypothetical, because I have no idea. We'll actually know, because he releases the information early, so we'll actually know how much of this doc is based on that. I would hope that at most it's like a fourth. I mean, can you imagine if like 3/4 of this documentary is about this stuff from the last 5 years? That would really suck, because I don't think it's very interesting, nor am I going to have much to say about it. But let's say it's an hour, right? And you're saying, if I skip it, what if he found evidence to defend me or whatever? There's no point. It doesn't matter. You understand? Again, me, and this is legal authorities telling me this, spending time talking about stuff that has nothing to do with my business, nothing to do with any content I put on the internet, nothing to do with anything, and at any moment, if I discuss it, could put me at personal risk, I don't need to talk about it. It's a waste of everyone's time. I'm still here. I'm still successful. I don't need to be exposing myself to defend myself against a bunch of mouth-drooling jackasses. You understand? I don't. It's not worth my time. Every time that you ask me about it, we've wasted more time that we could be talking about better stuff. You see? There's no benefit whatsoever to me. Even if I watch the documentary and June's like, oh, I found this piece, it doesn't matter. Because the people who don't like me won't care. You see? It doesn't matter to them. If you guys watch the Raw documentary and you see that, good. But like I said, it's just, there's no point in me wasting my time watching this entire segment where I'll be like, well, it's not true, but I can't prove it. So I guess we just watch more of people saying nasty things about me that aren't true, but I can't disprove them without putting myself at risk. Like, what's the point? You know my answers, right? There you go. No, I can tell you right now, my documentary is not going to be a positive spin on me at all. June doesn't do that. He's going to look at the fact that over the last 15 years, outside of the first few years, like the first 3-4 years that I was YouTuber, mostly positive. Then the last 10 years, almost all negative. So overall, this documentary will be incredibly negative. Do you understand? Not 100% negative, but there will be mostly negativity. And there's nothing I can do about it. Like I said, I know it's coming. I have to deal with it. And I hate it because I want to have fun. Right now, I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. I'm seeing newfound popularity. And I just know that at the end of this month, when this fucking thing hits, everyone's going to be watching it. The fucking Kino Casino guys are going to watch it. You know they are. So it's coming. The bullshit, I have to deal with it all over again for the millionth fucking time. I'm just tired of it, I'm tired of having to deal with the same nonsense the next fucking 100 times, right? Like I said, what am I interested in? He's going to cover my early years. That's neat. That's interesting. No one's really talked about that before. Yeah, it's embarrassing, but at least I can look at it, laugh at it, admit it was wrong, and that's cool. Rehashing the same shit for the millionth time is not cool. I already went through a fucking, 5-6 hour interview last year with Side Scrollers that was all that bullshit. I don't want to do it again. You know what I mean? I've already put myself through the fucking ringer for this purpose, so I don't ever have to do it again. It's too much fucking stress and shit. I'm tired of it. I really am. I'm tired of this shit. I just want to move on. I've had enough of it. You know what I should do? Here's what I should do. I'm serious. This is funny. When the segment comes in my own documentary about my finances and mobile games, instead of paying attention, I should just sit here and play a mobile game for an hour. Not say a word. Just play a mobile game on my phone in front of you while it plays on the screen. That's what I should do. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, excuse me. See, here's the thing. Here's what I've been saying is if you're someone who on the internet has created drama for so many other people, eventually the camera's going to swing back to you, and then it's going to be your turn in the firing line. and you're not going to like it because the skeletons are going to come out of your closet, right? That's literally what's happened with Review Tech. For the last 10 years, all he's done is cover people in a negative light and, you know, pick on me, pick on others, pick on everybody, right? Now the camera swung back to him, and now all the focus is on him, and he's not going to be able to handle it. He's already freaking out, right? I have not spent the greater part of my 15, 16 years on YouTube doing toxic drama content about others. I just haven't. But I've still been the target of all the bullying. I've already had multiple negative documents or documentaries made about me, plus my detractor shit every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've already had it. I've already been through the ringer. I've already had my time in the firing line. It's like, you know that meme of, who is it? James Franco or whatever? And people are going up to the gallows, and he's sitting there with the noose around his neck, and he turns and he goes, first time? That's me. I've already been here. I've already been here like 10 fucking times. You know what I'm saying? For Rich, this is the ultimate karma, where he's been a huge jerk, and now he's going to suffer for it. For me, I've already been suffering for a decade. And now the suffering continues. It never ends. When does my suffering get to fucking end? So I can just be normal and a human and treated with respect. It doesn't seem like it's ever coming. I get a little bit of that right now from Kino Casino, and then it's all going to end at the end of this month when the documentary comes out about me. So, you know, and again, I want to emphasize, I am not down talking June the King at all. He has the right to do this documentary. It's the craziest documentary ever made about me. I'm looking forward to reacting to the parts that I can add something. That's the key. I'm looking forward to the Street Fighter segment. I'm looking forward to the early YouTube days. I'm looking forward to everything up until this final segment, these last few years of financial bullshit. All that other stuff, I can add insight, commentary, neat stuff that people will really enjoy. That's going to be great. I can't add anything to the end of it. And that's why I'm dreading the end of it. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can do about that part. And that's the part everyone's going to hate me for. So, I guess it's life. Anyway. All right, guys. Anything else to talk about this morning? Before we jump in the Street Fighter and I buy the music and we apply it, we see what's left and we get some skins or stages. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Hopefully it's enough to buy all the music and get that applied to the characters. You're surprised I haven't talked about almost the entirety of Black Ops 6 leaking in game news? Who cares? Who cares? It's the beta is at the end of this month, right? So we're all gonna get to play it regardless. If the story was the entire next installment of like you know, a narrative-based game leak, the entire narrative-based game has been leaked, I'd be like, oh, who cares? It's fucking Call of Duty. We all know what Call of Duty is. We don't care about the story. No one cares about the story. We care about the gameplay mechanics, and we're all gonna play it sooner rather than later anyway, right? So there you go. You're like, that's not a leak. Who cares? It's not a leak at all. It's not something that's really a big deal. Would I play a Spacer's Choice Edition of Outer Worlds on PC? I don't know. Like, I feel like I did a really, really in-depth playthrough of the game the first time I did it. So I don't think that playing it again is really going to add much. James says, did you enable the new ultra-low latency options in the NVIDIA control panel? We did, and it changed all the resolution way too low. Like, it made the whole game fuzzy. I think it's like 900p or something like that. So I get it. Like, maybe I'll get slightly less latency, but the game looks like shit. So I don't think I want to do that. I'm doing it 1080p, and it seemed almost equivalent. I didn't see any difference, you know. So I think we're good with the settings that I have. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Portal looked great. So far, all the tech tests I've done on this PC have been amazing, right? After we got the bugs worked out, not really bugs, but the tech thing. Portal looked great. Wow, Riven Remake looked amazing. Like, the detail was so cool. And even Resident Evil watching either 120 frames or 4K, both looked great. So everything so far is looking really good on this PC, for sure. Do I like blue cheese? Only in certain things. Have you ever put blue cheese as a dressing or an ingredient in something? It's good, but I don't just like the flavor of blue cheese on its own. I think it's a complementary flavor to be balanced with other things. Sour Nipples tip me $2.25. Do you think June will cover your friendships like Howard and Rambo? Absolutely yes. He's going to cover their video about me. He's probably going to cover my eventual response to that from a few years ago. He's going to cover all that. For sure. 100%. He's covering all that stuff. That's what I mean. That's why this is a 4-hour documentary. There's a hell of a lot of ground to cover with all the drama that people have tried to involve me with over the years and, you know, my actions and everything. I'm not innocent. I've done many stupid things over the years, right? Really stupid things. Oh, excuse me. Why is Rich's only 90 minutes? Because Rich's was done much more quickly than mine. Mine was planned for years because as he was covering Wings of Redemption and Boogie, basically people contacted him and were like, "Oh, dude, just so you know, Darkside Phil would be a great person to cover." So he's had this in the works of development for years as a planned thing he was going to do. And he took months of research and everything to find all the old stuff about me and stories and everything. You know what I mean? Like, mine is like an epic, lifelong documentary. These other ones are shorter. Like, for example, he just did one on the Completionist, right? Dude, the Completionist literally is involved in a charity that's a scam. It scammed everyone out of their money and never gave the money away to anyone until people gave them pressure, and then they decided to do it. All along, he was telling everyone, "Oh, yeah, we're working with the hospital, we're working with this, we're working with that." He literally lied to his audience for years and years and raised all this charity money that never went to anywhere he talked about, okay? That's worse than anything I've ever done. There's no, even if everything, heinous thing they said about me is true, okay? He's already done worse than me. And his documentary was an hour long. You see my point? My documentary is meant to be a very in-depth, detailed covering of my entire existence, pre-YouTube, on YouTube, everything, right? These other people, basically, it's like kind of like covering the drama. You know what I'm saying? AMS says, what do you do to protect your own mental health with the constant diatribe of hate and potential negative docs? I mean, to be honest, I just ignore it at this point, right? I don't pay any attention to it. I can't. If I cared about every negative thing people said about me, I would have lost my mind years ago. Again, I'm lucky because I've been through shit in my life previous to being a YouTuber where I also had a lot of people who hated me and talked shit about me, and it kind of got me ready for this. I'm the kind of guy that when people say negative things about me, it just motivates me to keep going. I mean, the whole idea of the king of hate was not that I am this a kingly person who hates on people. It's that so many people hate me, but I own the hate and I use it to motivate myself to do better and succeed to prove the haters wrong. That's what the king of hate moniker meant. But then it was my trolls that bastardized it and turned it into, oh, he's a bigot and he's a sexist and he's a terrible person and he says all these horrible things. That's not what it was supposed to be at all. Okay? So, yeah, that's because so many negative people have said things about me. Every moment that I'm still here, every moment that I'm still making content, people are watching it and enjoying it, is a moment that I'm feeling success, and it allows me to continue to motivate myself to keep going even when so many people are against me, you know? Excuse me. Oh, oh man. Ugh. All right, guys. Anything else, or are we good for today? Have we covered everything? Again, thanks to those who've chilled. Thanks to the few people who've supported the stream so far early on. I appreciate you. Again, my goal is $50 today. If we could hit that, that would be great. Anything else is just, more helpful on top of that. Thank you. The villain, we already talked about that news story a couple days ago. We didn't get to news today, right? We didn't get to game news, but there wasn't that much. Like literally the game news was about Doom and Doom 2 dropping, which I already talked about. We could talk a little bit about what is it? Bandai Namco having their most profitable quarter ever because of the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, but we could save that. That's not a story that has to be talked about today. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Hell yeah, this shirt is super comfy. It's like silky feeling. I love this shirt. Some of my shirts are comfier than others. This is one of the more comfy ones. It feels very silky. This is actually the first one I got. Last year I bought this shirt for the digital summer party in the summer. And it was so comfy and nice. I said, I'm going to buy more. And I went and bought a bunch more. Okay. All right. I guess we'll end the show. And we'll start getting set up here for Street Fighter. We got a lot of music to be downloading and installing. So thanks for watching. Tomorrow, of course, will be the pre-hype show for my big React event. Plus, talking about everything that happened on stream today and all of that stuff, okay? Sound good? I hope so. Thank you all. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.